This is going to be a reading class, and today we're going to be reading about a guy who got lost at sea for ages. I don't know whether any of you have seen. I've forgotten the name of the movie. It's just slipped out of my head. There's a movie about a guy who gets lost at sea after the boat gets shipwrecked, and he has animals with him. I can't remember. One of you guys will have to tell me when you think of it. But this is a true story, so kind of interesting. We're going to be practicing our reading, pronunciation, learning some vocabulary, and basically talking about this kind of crazy story. So if you'd like to join us, I believe this class is full, but you are very welcome to join us by watching along. So if you have booked a slot, come along in now. And while we're waiting for everybody, just to let you know that if you're new to Verbling or you haven't been here for so long and you don't exactly know how it all works yet, if you're wondering about how to find out more about the teachers, then you can head over to their teacher page. Just click on them from the home page, or you can access mine using the link there, and you can find out all about them. You can watch some videos, get to know their personality a little bit, and you can also see their schedule. So if you're interested in a private tutoring session, which is not what we're doing now, this is a class. A private tutoring session is a one-on-one session. We also do now tandem sessions where you can go into a class with just one other student plus the teacher, and it works out really well price-wise, so it's a little bit cheaper. And you also have someone else to talk to, so it's a great new feature. Don't miss out. So I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to check out the teacher pages if you want to find out more, and you can get in touch with us by writing us a message. You'll find that via our Verbling teacher page. Okay, so who do we have this morning or this evening, wherever you are? Let's say first of all hello to Julian. How are you today, Julian?
Hi, Amy. Fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, great, thank you. How's the week been going for you?
Very good, very good. It's a relaxed time for me now.
Excellent.
Yes, I have been studied a lot English, and I will go to visit my sister in Bogota, and I'll come back now because I start to work tomorrow again.
Okay. So you've had a mini holiday, Julian, kind of.
Yeah.
Wonderful. A trip, shall we say, a short trip.
Yes, a short trip, yes.
How far away do you live from Bogota?
No, I am so close. I am around a 45 minutes driving.
Okay, that's not too bad. So it's
Yeah.
not too much effort to go and see your sister.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm sure she appreciated it. All right,
Yeah.
well, it's lovely to see you, and welcome. Carlos, hello.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Carlos, have we met before?
Yes, once.
Okay. Could
Last
you
week,
remind me
maybe.
where you're from?
I'm from Barcelona, Spain.
Ah, yes, I remember you now. Great, awesome. Well, how's Barcelona doing, Carlos?
Well, quite well. Thank you.
And how are you doing? That's more to the point. How's your week been going?
Slowly. It's
Oh,
going
it's one of
slowly.
those weeks.
I'm always looking forward to the weekend, and this week as well.
Well, you're past halfway, Carlos.
Yes, I know. And because of that, I'm a bit happier today.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. It's Wednesday evening, and the halfway mark has gone. Great news.
Yes, right.
All right. Well, hopefully this will help to speed things up for you, and then you can go to bed and wake up tomorrow. It'll already be Thursday.
Okay.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Ksenia, how are you today? Oh, she's not there. We'll come back to you, Ksenia, in a moment. We'll go to Anna. How are you, Anna?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine. I'm beat, but not defeated. I I am tired because this week we have a healthcare seminar, and I've been taking a lot of classes and lectures. And today I was attending one after another about a lot of things in 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 a college here,
Mhm.
and I was taking notes and drawing doodles on my notebook. Oh my.
And
Yes,
paying full attention, Anna, I'm sure.
daydreaming, daydreaming from time to time. And I went home right now.
You just got home.
Yeah, sorry, I always make the same mistake. I just got home right now, in time or on time.
Wonderful. Well, it's great
On
to have
time
you, Anna.
or on time or in time to
In
attend your
time.
class.
In time.
In time. In time to attend your class.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We wouldn't have minded if you'd been a few minutes late, Anna. But anyway, it's great to see you, and I'm glad that that day, which sounds like it may have been slightly boring, is over for you. Hopefully tomorrow will be an improvement. Okay, so we're up to Jean. Hello.
Hello,
How
and
are
how are
you?
you doing? I'm pretty good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It wasn't boring, Anna. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. What have you been up to this week, Jean?
Um, Work. I
Work.
think just working.
I love the way you think about it for so long and then you say work.
Yeah,
You're just checking in to see if you've done anything else apart from work, and then you realize no, it's just work.
just work, studying English, and working out
Okay.
in the mornings. But
Ah,
I'm preparing for the holiday.
wow, that's great. When's your holiday?
The Thanksgiving holiday
Oh,
is
okay.
next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to travel to Iceland. I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, wow, that does sound exciting. Why Iceland?
You know, the volcanoes, the geysers, and some wheels, and a very good diving there.
Mm,
Everything, little of
yeah, a lot
everything.
of special like geographical features.
Yes, and I have a hobby, the photography too,
Hmm.
as well the diving, the photography. I'm I I I will try to catch the northern lights.
Wow. Well, good luck. I hope you see them, John. That's really exciting.
Yeah,
All right. Well, it's good to see you, and welcome to the class.
thank you.
Ksenia, let's try again. Are you back?
Hello. Yes, I'm
Ah,
back.
that's good. You had some kind of issue before, but anyway, it's good to see you. And how's your week been going?
Nothing special, as always.
Nothing special? Just a
Yeah.
regular week?
Mm, yes, my mom came back after 1 month's vacation in USA
Hmm.
and brought some presents to me and the
Exciting.
others. Yes.
What kind of presents did she bring you, Ksenia? Was it clothes or things to eat?
No, I have a lot of clothes, so it was vitamins,
Hmm.
lotion, body cream for bodies, wash
Ah, that's
shampoos,
nice.
and mask for hair.
Hmm.
So something like that.
Beauty products.
Yes.
Wonderful. Make yourself even more beautiful, Ksenia.
Yes.
I always like those kind of gifts because you can never have too many of them, really. You just use them up and get some more. So, it's great. Lovely to see you. Who else do we have? We have Rebecca. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Rebecca. You've changed your picture,
Yes, I changed, yeah.
but that's
But
okay. I remembered who you
I am
were.
the same Rebecca. Sorry?
Pardon?
I am the same Rebecca, yes.
That's what I said. Yeah, I remembered you're the same person. That's good. And how have you been going? What's been happening in your life?
Well, it has been, well, you know, today we are in the middle of the week, so it was a normal day, the routine, working out early in the morning, work, and then attending classes, you know, and then more exercise. So a busy, busy day.
Oh my goodness gracious. And what exercise are you going to do after this class, Rebecca?
After, no, I did before. I went swimming. Early in the morning, I went cycling. You know, so
Wow.
I like, yeah.
That's impressive, I must say. Well, it's good, and it means that your brain's got lots of oxygen ready to learn lots of English, Rebecca, so that's awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mishmu, hello. Are you there? Maybe not. All right, I'll come back to you. And what about Jer? Hello?
Hello, Amy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ah, okay, we've got Mishmu and Jer. So hold on, Mishmu, I'll come back to you in a moment. Yes, I can hear you now. I'll just say hello to Jer. So, Jer, I believe that I've met you before because I recognize your name, although I don't recognize your picture. Can you remind me where you're from?
Yes, I have been attending your lessons, and I am from Brazil, and I changed my picture last week.
That would be why. But anyway, how is everything going? Are you having a good week so far?
Yes, this week was very productive so far. I could accomplish some projects, some activities, and yes, it was a great week.
I'm glad to hear that. That's great. And so you're feeling positive about the next few days, maybe?
Yes, sure. Now I am planning my vacation for next year, and yes, everything is going very well, and the perspectives are very good as well. So everything's okay.
Wonderful. It's great to have such good news. So welcome to the class, Jer.
Thank you.
And Mishmu, we'll come back to you. How are you? Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Great. I haven't met you before, I don't think, have I?
Yes, we have met some time back.
Okay.
Not in the near past, but yes, some time back met. I have attended one of your classes. My name is Mishi, by the way.
Mishi?
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Mishi.
Okay, I'll write down Mishi just so I remind myself. Where are you from, Mishi?
I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan! I remember you now. Yes, it's hard for me to place it when I only have a name to go by, but the country and the picture help as well. So, Pakistan, I remember you, yeah. And how's things going for you?
Yeah, things are going fine.
Wonderful. Any exciting news? Anything special happening?
I have an interview in 2 days, so I'm just wishing myself luck for it. I hope that I'm going to make it up. So that's one thing. And right now I'm sandwiched between two of my daughters. They both are sleeping. It's 12 a.m. here.
Oh my goodness. Well, don't talk too loudly. We don't want to wake them up.
No. I have put my earphones on, so hopefully they are not going to wake up.
Wonderful. Oh, that's such a cute image. Makes me smile. All right. Well, it's great to have you and good to see you again, Mishmu. So welcome. So it's time to start reading, everybody. So this class is really going to be focused on just reading, practicing our pronunciation, and learning some new words. So I'm going to share my screen with you. We've got a really interesting story today about a guy who was lost at sea for 14 months. So, has anyone heard of this guy before? His name is Salvador Alvarenga. And maybe if you're from Latin America, you might have heard of him. I'm not sure. Nobody?
Yes, a little bit about him.
What do you know about him, Carlos?
Well, just what the article says, that he was at the sea for a lot of time and I don't know how he survived.
Absolutely, it's almost like a miracle. Such a long time. Has anyone here seen the movie Castaway?
Yes.
So they make a reference to this, I think, because he kind of looks like Tom Hanks looked after a long time by himself. But there was another movie about an Indian boy who gets, I think it was India, who gets sort of the boat his family's on gets shipwrecked and he ends up on a boat. Has anyone seen that? I can't remember what the title is. Maybe if you remember, you could type it in the chat box.
No.
But it's a bit of an interesting story. So let's get started with the reading. We're just going to read a small section each, and then we should have plenty of chances to read and practice today. So if I could start off with Anna, and you could get started with this part for us, please.
Lost at sea. The man who vanished for 14 months. In November 2012, Salvador Alvarenga went fishing off the coast of Mexico. 2 days later, a storm hit and he made a desperate SOS. It was the last anyone heard from him. For 438 days. This is his story.
Wonderful. Thank you, Anna. So 438 days alone at sea. Pretty amazing. Does anyone have any questions about vocabulary?
No.
Okay, let's continue, or let's start, should we say. So, Carlos, off you go, as they motored.
As they motored across the lagoon in the Marshall Islands, deep in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, the policemen stared at this specimen laid out on the deck before them. There was no hiding the fact that this man had been at sea for a considerable time. His hair was matted upwards like a shrub, his beard curled out in wild disarray. His ankles were swollen, his wrists tiny. He could barely walk. He refused to make eye contact and often hid his face.
Thank you, Carlos. Great start. Okay, some questions from that section.
And here it is said that the policeman stared at the specimen. Why this word specimen is used here?
I suppose to kind of give the idea that he's like it's almost that they're looking at him from a scientific viewpoint because of the fact that he's had such an unusual experience. That's what I would imagine, Mishmu.
Okay.
Okay,
and what is shrub?
Shrub is a small plant, a little bush, basically.
Okay.
Any other questions from anyone? Okay, let's carry on. So, Jack, could you read the next one for us?
Okay. Salvador Alvarenga, a 36-year-old fisherman from El Salvador, had left the coast of Mexico in a small boat with a young crewmate 14 months earlier. Now he was being taken to Ibon Atoll, the southernmost tip of the Marshall Islands, and the closest town to where he had washed ashore. He was 6,700 miles from the place he had set out from. He had drifted for 438 days.
Great, thank you. This one here is 6,700.
Okay, 6,700.
Yeah, that's right. And this one, drifted.
Drifted.
Thank you. Great reading.
Drifted?
Good question. What does it mean to drift? Anyone know?
He sailed in the in water, like he kept on going. He drifted.
Yeah, so you've got the right idea. It's quite specific. If you're in a boat and you're drifting, there's something specific about it. Does anyone know what that means?
Yes, by wind
Okay, just let's see who was trying to speak there. Maybe Julian?
I think it's when your boat don't have any particular direction and you are moved by the sea, by the wave of the sea.
Exactly right. Thank you, Julian. So it means you're not actually controlling your movement.
Okay.
You don't have an engine, you don't have sails, you're not in control of where you're going. The sea is just taking you. So you keep moving, but not under your control. Any other questions?
Yes, it is written here, and the closest town to where he had washed ashore. What does that mean? He had washed ashore.
Good question. What does washed ashore mean? Anyone know? Nobody? Okay. If you know the word shore, the shore is basically where the land meets the sea. And if you are washed ashore, it means that you come in from the sea and you end up on the beach. And we don't usually use this for humans, but you could say like seaweed has washed ashore, or a whale maybe has washed ashore. Means come and got stuck on the beach.
Oh, okay.
So basically what happened is he was drifting, and he finally ended up on a beach somewhere, miles and miles and miles away from where he left.
Okay.
All right, so Jean, please read from Floating.
Floating across the Pacific Ocean, watching the moonlight ebb and flow for over a year, Alvarenga had battled loneliness, depression, and bouts of suicidal thinking, but surviving in a vibrant world of wild animals. By it, he hallucinations and extreme solitude did little to prepare him for the fact that he was about to become an international celebrity and object of
it's over here.
of curiosity.
Yeah. I'm not sure why the word's over there. It might be because I zoomed in. Thank you, Jean. Just 2 words to practice. So this one is ebb.
Ebb, okay.
And this one is vivid.
Vivid, okay.
Okay, questions?
What is ebb?
I thought you might ask that. It goes with this word here, ebb and flow. Does anyone know what ebb and flow means?
Ebb, it's a lack of water on the shore, and flow, it's overwatering on the shore.
Yeah, okay, so it's basically kind of like the movement or the cycle of water, usually, as Ksenia said. In this case, they're saying it about the moon. I'm guessing because it's the moon's light on the water moving around. So ebb and flow is usually used for tides going out and in, and that's what it's referring to. Any other questions?
What is the meaning of the word bouts?
Bouts, this one here?
Yeah.
What is a bout, guys?
Maybe
an idea starting in your mind.
Okay, hold on. So, who was speaking? Ksenia said something.
Just a thought or desire to kill yourself, something like that in such case.
Yes, okay, close. What was the other student who spoke? Was it you, Carlos?
Yes, I said that it was like an idea which is starting to appear in your mind.
Okay, so both similar answers. It's not necessarily an idea. Usually we use this with illness. A bout of something is like a short experience. So we sometimes say, oh, I had a bout of flu. It means that you had flu for a bit of time. So he went through short periods where he was thinking about killing himself, basically. Other questions? No? All right. So, Julian, if you could read from Days Later.
Days later, Alvarenga faced the worst press. Dressed in a baggy brown sweatshirt that is disguised his ready torso, he disembarked from the police boat slowly but united, expecting a gown and befriended victim. A replay of disbelief went through the crowd. Alvarenga cracked a quick smile and waved to the cameras. Several observers noted a similarity to the Tom Hanks character in the movie Castaway. The photo of the murdered fisherman shoving ashore went viral. Briefly, Alvarenga became a household name.
Great. Well done, Julian. Some really tricky words in there. Let's just practice a few of them. So this one here is disguised.
Disguise.
Yep. This one is unaided.
Unaided.
Yep. Unaided. Aided.
Aided. Unaided.
Yes, that's better.
Okay. Unaided.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Gaunt.
Gaunt.
And viral.
Viral.
Yeah. Great. Okay, questions. There's quite a few ones in here.
Yes. Unaided.
Unaided. So what does it mean to aid?
Help. Like the first aid.
Yeah.
Yep, so we've got a few options, and you're all right. Yep, aid is help, basically. So unaided means he was not helped by anybody. He did it himself. Nobody needed to help him. Other questions?
Yes, what is this shuffling ashore exactly means? What this expression actually refers to?
Shuffling ashore. All right, so coming ashore is just like what we just spoke about before. It means coming to the land from the sea. And if you are shuffling, it's the way that you're walking. So you're moving your feet by dragging them along the ground a little bit to make a noise. So you're not lifting them up properly. Basically, I think he was probably very tired and weak. So that's the way he was moving. Anyone else? No?
What is gaunt?
Ah, gaunt. Good one. Does anyone know what gaunt means? Try and find it. Here we go.
Very tired.
Yeah, it's probably a bit more. It's probably a bit stronger than that, Ksenia. It does mean very tired, but like very, very, very tired, but also very thin. Like you haven't eaten enough.
And how do you pronounce it? Gaunt.
Gaunt, yes. Okay, awesome. Right, we're up to Ksenia. Who survives?
Who survives for 10 months at sea? Only a Hollywood screenwriter could write a tale in which such a journey ends happily. I was skeptical, but as a Guardian reporter in the region, I began to investigate. It turned out there were dozens of witnesses who had seen Alvarenga leave shore, who had heard his SOS when he rushed ashore in the same boat that he had left Mexico on. Thousands of miles away, he was steadfast in his rejection of interviews, even posting a note on his hospital door begging the press to disappear.
Thank you, Ksenia. Beautiful reading. Anyone have any questions?
Steadfast.
Good one. What does steadfast mean? Anyone know?
And remaining strong to your belief.
Yeah, Very good. Great explanation. Sticking to your belief, not moving in your what you want. So he just definitely did not want interviews, basically. Anyone else? No? All right, Mishmu, could you read later for us?
Okay. Later, I would sit with Alvarenga for many hours, back at his home in El Salvador, as he described in detail the brutal realities of living at sea for more than a year. Over the course of more than 40 interviews, he described his extraordinary survival at sea. This is his story.
Wonderful. Perfect reading. Thank you. Questions? Nope. Okay, so let's find out what happened. Rebecca, you can get us started on his story.
On 18th November.
Are you still there, Rebecca? No, she's gone, or perhaps there's something issue. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. All right, Rebecca, I'm not sure where you've gone. Maybe your connection's stopped or something. I'll come back to you. I'll just welcome Ali to the lesson as he's joined us. Hi, Ali. Are you there? A few issues. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to skip to Anna. We'll come back to Rebecca when she gets back in. So, Anna, could you just start again for us and read this one?
Yes, thank you. On 18th November 2012, a day after being ambushed at sea by a massive storm, Alvarenga was trying to ignore the growing ponds of seawater sloshing at his feet. An inexperienced navigator might have panicked, started bailing and being distracted from his primary task, aligning the boat with the waves. He was a veteran captain and knew that he needed to regain the initiative. Together with his inexperienced crewmate Ezequiel Cordoba, he was 50 miles out at sea, slowly negotiating a route back to shore.
Thank you, Anna. Beautiful reading. Okay, a few ship-related terms in here. Does everyone understand everything? Questions? No? Okay. Let's carry on reading in that case. So, Carlos, the spray.
The spray and crashing waves dumped hundreds of gallons of seawater into the boat, threatening to sink or flip them. While Alvarenga stirred, Cordoba was frantically tossing water back into the ocean, pausing only momentarily to allow his shoulder muscles to recover.
Great. This one here is steered. Steered.
Steered. Okay.
Yes.
Steered.
Any questions?
Yes, what does steered mean?
Steered. Anyone know? What is to steer?
Steer means like going somewhere, like steering of the car, so you steer to somewhere.
Yes,
Taking
you're right. You're along the right lines, Mishmu. Yep, it's basically to be in control of the direction. So if you're in a car, you have a steering wheel. That's the thing you turn.
Okay,
In a boat, you also usually have a steering wheel. It depends. You might use a rudder if you're in a sailing boat, but this isn't a sailing boat by the sounds of things. Okay. Other questions? All right, let's carry on. Yeah, your turn. Alvarenga's boat.
Okay. Alvarenga's boat at 25 feet was as long as 2 pickup trucks and as wide as one, with no raised structure, no glass, and no running lights. It was virtually invisible at sea. On the deck, a fiberglass crate the size of a refrigerator was full of fresh fish, tuna, many mahi-mahi, and sharks, their catch after a 2-day trip. If they could bring it ashore, they would have enough money to survive for a week.
Perfect. Well done. Lovely reading. Questions? All right. We're learning a bit more about it. Jean.
The boat was loaded with equipment including 70 gallons of gasoline, 16 gallons of water, and 23 kilograms, 50 pounds of sardines for bait, 700 hooks, miles of line, a harpoon, 3 knives, 3 buckets for bailing, a mobile phone in a plastic bag to keep it dry, a GPS tracking device, no waterproof, a 2-way radio, battery half charge, several wrenches for the motor, and 91 kilograms, 200 pounds of ice.
Well done. Okay, we know what was in his boat. A lot of stuff, all related to fishing. Does anyone have any questions about any of those things, what they are?
Yes, what is the meaning of wrenches?
A wrench, this one here. Does anyone know what a wrench is?
Atum.
Pardon?
Atum.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Anna.
A wrench is a tool that you use to twist. How can I say?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, exactly right. It's like a little mechanical way of pulling or twisting something.
Okay.
Well done, Anna. Great explanation. Any other questions? Okay.
Buckets for bailing.
Sorry?
Buckets for bailing.
Bailing. Well,
Bailing.
A bucket, you probably know what a bucket is. It's like a large kind of pot that holds something, usually water. What is bailing?
It's
fishing?
No. Nobody? Okay, to bail is a very specific task. Basically, if water gets into your boat, you have to bail, which means that you have to get the water in a bucket and chuck it out of the boat again. Otherwise, eventually your boat will sink because there's too much water.
Okay.
All right.
And what is bait?
Bait. Good question. What's bait?
It's lure.
Yep, exactly. Lure for what, Ksenia?
It's small fish used to catch a big one.
Great. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So if you have a look at that photo, we get to see a picture of his ice bucket. And now we will continue with, I think it's Julian's turn.
Alvarenga had prepared the boat with Ray Perez, his usual mate and a loyal company. But at the last minute, Perez couldn't join him. Alvarenga, keen to get out of the sea, arranged to go with Cordova instead, a 22-year-old with the nickname Piñata, who lived at the fair end and the lagoon of the lagoon, where he was best known as the defensive star of the village soccer team. Alvarenga and Cardova have never spoken before, much less worked together.
Great. Thanks, Julian. This one here is pronounced companion.
Companion.
Yep, and this one is lagoon.
Lagoon.
Lovely. Okay. Any words that are a problem in this section?
I did understand what it is said, like much less work together, like they have not worked together. But how can we use much less, like this expression was new for me. So how can we use it in some other sentences?
Okay. Have you ever heard of the phrase "let alone," Mishmu?
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to that. So, for example, what you're saying really is that it's just used for emphasis, because the fact that they hadn't even spoken before obviously means that they definitely haven't worked together. Wow. So they're total strangers, and it adds the emphasis. So you might say, another example could be, to add emphasis, let me have a think.
Can you say more than work together?
No, because this is not really to do with an actual quantity. It's more like an idiomatic expression. Mm-hmm. So you might say, I've never even, I don't know, I've never even, what could you say? I've never even added 2 plus 2, much less done multiplication. Mm-hmm. So you start off with something really simple, and then obviously you're not going to have to done the more complicated thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an exception?
Not an exception. It's like just for emphasis. So you could use let alone in the same thing. I've never even added 2 plus 2, let alone multiplied 50 by 496. Mm. Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
No.
Cool. Let's carry on. So, where are we up to, Ksenia?
Alvarenga tensely negotiated their slow advance towards the coast, maneuvering among the waves like a surfer trying to glide and slice his way through. As the weather worsened, Cordobar's resolve disintegrated. At times he refused to bail and instead held the rail with both hands, vomiting and crying. He had signed up to make $50. He was capable of working 12 hours straight without complaining, and was athletic and strong. But this crashing, soaking journey back to shore, he was sure the tiny craft would shatter and sharks would devour them. He began to scream.
Excellent. Okay, so it's sounding a bit scary at this point. Any questions? No, there may be some words that are a bit confusing. Yeah.
What is the meaning of glide?
Glide. Does anyone know what gliding is?
Glide, slide.
Yeah.
Moving smoothly.
Perfect. Yeah, to move smoothly. An ice skater will glide across the ice.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any other questions? No? All right, so we're getting the picture slightly more. Mishmu, Alvarenga.
Yeah. Alvarenga remained sitting, gripping the tiller tightly, determined to navigate a storm now so strong that harbour masters along the coast had barred fishing boats from heading out to sea. Finally, he noticed a change in the visibility. The cloud cover was lifting. He could see miles across the water. Around 9 a.m., Alvarenga spotted the rise of a mountain on the horizon. They were approximately 2 hours from land when the motor started coughing and spluttering. He pulled out his radio and called his boss. "Willie, Willie, Willie, the motor is ruined."
Thank you. Okay, the tension begins. Any questions?
Yes, gripping the tiller tightly.
Okay, so let's do it word by word. So what is a tiller?
No idea.
It's a tool on a boat, like to put gas more, or no, something like that. No?
Yeah, you're close. You're close, Ksenia. It's a part of the boat which is used to navigate. So under the sea is a piece of wood or something that sticks out that changes your direction called a rudder. And at the top you can hold on to it and change it. That's your tiller instead of a steering wheel, basically.
Okay.
Any other ones?
Yeah, I had barred fishing boats.
Okay, if you're barred, what are you? No? It means prevented, stopped.
Okay.
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 All right, carry on. Wonderful. Anna, off we go. If you could just go for the conversation for us, and I'll scroll down as we read.
Calm down, man. Give me your coordinates, Willie responded. From the beachside docks in Costa Azul. We have no GPS. It's not functioning. Lay an anchor, Willie ordered. We have no anchor, Alvarenga said. He had noticed it was missing before setting off, but didn't think he needed it on a gypsy mission. Okay, we're coming to get you, Willie responded. Come now. I'm really getting
Beep.
out here, Alvarenga shouted. These were his final words to shore.
Thank you, Anna. All right. Any questions about any of that? No? Okay, what we're going to do is I just want somebody, a volunteer, to just give a brief summary of what has happened to this man and how he gets stuck in the situation. Does anyone want to have a go?
Can I try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. This man, he's a fishing man, and in the morning, I guess, because the read don't say other thing, he prepared his boat to go out of the sea to work, I suppose, and always he go out with a partner, but in this time the partner couldn't go with him, and he replaced him with other guy, and he was young, very strong, but it's didn't have experience in the sea, and when they went out of the sea, started the storm, a strong storm, and uh, the boat was several features to keep safe into the sea, but by the storm he lost a few things necessary to come back to the shore, and then they or he talked with him boss to get help from him, and but he can't give some instruction or have his position and have stop the boat in some place to get this aid. So, and that's a lot.
That's where we're up to. Yeah, well done, Julian. That was perfect. Well done. Great summary. Okay, so we now know that his boss is on the way to find him, but we know obviously he doesn't get found. So what happens? Carlos, could you carry on and just read these next 2 paragraphs for us?
Yes. As the waves thumped the boat, Alvarenga and Cordova began working as a team. With the morning sun, they could see the waves approaching, rising high above them and then splitting open. Each man would brace and lean against a side of the open-hulled boat to counteract the roll. But the waves were unpredictable, slapping each other in midair, joining forces to create swells that raised the men to a brief peak where they could get a third-story view. Then, with the sensation of a falling elevator, instantly dropped them. Their beach sandals provided no traction on the deck.
Great. Okay, so there's a lot of verbs and stuff in here. Would anyone like to ask any questions?
Counteract the roll.
Okay, so to counteract means to try to make up for a particular force by doing the opposite of that force. And the roll of the boat is the way that the boat moves in the ocean. We call it rolling because it's like moving from side to side, I suppose.
Okay, I got it.
Great. Anyone else?
What is open hulled?
Open hulled. Does anyone know what that is? No. The hull of the boat is like, I suppose the shape of it really is a bit hard to explain. But basically what it means is there's no inside part, Mishma. You can't go and shelter anywhere. It's totally open to the elements. Anyone else? No? Okay, let's continue. Is it... Who are we up to, Jean? Okay.
Alvarenga released their catch, nearly 500 kilograms, 1,100 pounds of fresh fish, was making the boat top heavy and unstable. With no time to consult his boss, Alvarenga went with his gut. They would dump all the fish. One by one, they hauled them out of the cooler, swinging the carcasses into the ocean. Falling aboard was not more dangerous than ever. The bloody fish were sure to attract sharks.
Great, well done. A few tricky ones. This is realized.
Yes. Realize. Oh.
Yep. And this one is hauled.
Hauled. What's the meaning?
Hauled means to basically throw, but because something's very heavy, you can't exactly throw it. So you sort of just have to try your best to throw it, but chuck it, I guess, in a way.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? No, I'm hoping that. Well, the shark thing is kind of scary, but anyway, let's carry on reading. Julian, next they tossed.
Next, they tossed the ice and extra gasoline. Alvarenga threw 50 buoys from the boat as makeshift sea anchor that floated on the surface, providing drag and stability. But around 10 a.m., the radio died. It was before noon on day of the storm that Alvarenga knew was likely to last 5 years. Losing the GPS had been an inconvenience. The failing motor was a disaster. Now, with a radio contact, they were on their own.
Great. Thanks, Julian. Questions?
No.
What is this? I didn't understand it. As a makeshift sea anchor
Okay.
that floated on the surface, providing drag and stability. What exactly they meant by this sentence as a whole?
All right, so let's look at the word makeshift because that's important. Something makeshift, what does that mean? Anyone know?
Something that just come to your mind to solve a problem.
Yeah, okay, that's a good way of putting it. So it's not a real sea anchor, but it sort of acts like one because you've got no other choice. You sort of use something for a purpose that it wasn't meant for just because you need to achieve something, okay? So basically, 50 boys are those big floating balls, and he's trying to stop the boat from drifting by using the 50 boys to try and anchor the boat to where it is in the sea currently without it floating away, because the boys make it harder to float because they provide some drag, because they didn't have a real anchor, unfortunately. All right, who are we up to? Ksenia? Maybe one more piece.
The storm rolled the men all afternoon as they fought to bail water out of the boat. The same muscles, the same repetitive motion, hour after hour had allowed them to dump perhaps half the water. They were both ready to faint with exhaustion, but Alvarenga was so furious. He picked up a heavy club normally used to kill fish and began to bash a broken engine. Then he grabbed the radio and GPS unit and angrily threw the machines into the water.
Okay, it's getting tense. Thank you, Ksenia. Any questions? Everyone following? Okay. Mishmu, we can fit you in before we finish. The sun sank.
The sun sank and the storm churned as Cordova and Alvarenga succumbed to the cold. They turned the refrigerator-sized icebox upside down and huddled inside, soaking wet and barely able to clench their cold hands into fists. They hugged and wrapped their legs around each other. But as the incoming water sank the boat ever lower, the men took turns leaving the icebox to bail for frantic 10 or 15-minute stints. Progress was slow, but the pond at their feet gradually grew smaller.
Thank you. Okay, and we're heading towards despair now because they're really getting desperate. Just before we go, any questions about that last paragraph that Mishi read?
Succumbed? What is the meaning of succumbed?
Good question. Succumbed. Does anyone know? No? It means basically giving into the cold. Can't stop it from coming anymore.
Mm-hmm. And why it is used as 10 or 15 minutes and not minutes?
Because when you use a number as an adjective, you can see that it's hyphenated as well. We take off the S. So it's the same as saying, for example, a 13-year-old boy. We don't say a 13 years old boy. Okay?
Okay.
All right, guys. A bit of a tense moment to leave you at. If you want to read the rest of the article, do go ahead. If you have any questions, you're welcome to write me a message or post something on Facebook. Well done for some superb reading today. I hope you have a good week. If I don't see you again, maybe I'll see some of you tomorrow. So take care and see you later. If you want to know what happens, Ksenia, you'll have to read it. See you later, guys. Bye.
See you. Goodbye.
Carlos?
Well, quite well. Thank you.
And how are you doing? That's more to the point. How's your week been going?
Slowly. It's going
Oh, it's one of
slowly.
those weeks.
I'm always looking forward to the weekend, and this week as well.
Well, you're past halfway, Carlos.
Yes, I know. And because of that, I'm a bit happier today.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. It's Wednesday evening, and the halfway mark has gone. Great news.
Yes, right.
All right. Well, hopefully this will help to speed things up for you, and then you can go to bed and wake up tomorrow. It'll already be Thursday.
Okay.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Ksenia, how are you today? Oh, she's not there. We'll come back to you, Ksenia, in a moment. We'll go to Anna. How are you, Anna?
Hello, Amy. I'm fine. I'm beat, but not defeated. I am tired because this week we have a healthcare seminar, and I've been taking a lot of classes and lectures. And today I was attending one after another about a lot of things in 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 a college here, and I was taking notes and drawing doodles on my notebook. Oh my!
And paying full attention, Anna, I'm sure.
They dream.
Find out more, and you can get in touch with us by writing us a message. You'll find that via our Verbling teacher page. Okay, so who do we have this morning or this evening, wherever you are? Let's say first of all hello to Julian. How are you today, Julian?
Hi, Amy. Fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, great, thank you. How's the week been going for you?
Very good, very good. It's a relaxed time for me now.
Excellent.
Yes, I have been studied a lot English, and I will go to visit my sister in Bogota, and come back now because I start to work tomorrow again.
Okay. So you've had a mini holiday, Julian, kind of.
Yeah.
Wonderful. A trip, shall we say, a short trip.
Yes, a short trip, yes.
How far away do you live from Bogota?
No, I am so close. I am around 45 minutes driving.
Okay, that's not too bad. So it's not too much effort to go and see your sister.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm sure she appreciated it. All right, well, it's lovely to see you, and welcome. Carlos, hello.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Carlos, have we met before?
Yes, once.
Okay. Could you remind me where you're from?
I'm from Barcelona, Spain.
Ah, yes, I remember you now. Great, awesome. Well, how's Barcelona doing, Carlos? Wow, that does sound exciting. Why Iceland?
You know, the volcanoes, the geysers, and some wheels, and a very good diving there. Everything. Beautiful,
yeah,
everything.
A lot of special, like, geographical features.
Yes, and I have a hobby, the photography too, as well the diving, the photography. I will try to catch the northern lights.
Wow. Well, good luck. I hope you see them, John. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to see you, and welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Ksenia, let's try again. Are you back?
Hello. Yes, I'm back.
That's good. You had some kind of issue before, but anyway, it's good to see you. And how's your week been going?
Nothing special. It's always.
Nothing special? Just a regular week?
Yes, my mom came back after 1 month's vacation in USA and brought some presents to me and
exciting.
the others. Yes.
What kind of presents did she bring you, Ksenia? Was it clothes or things to eat?
No, I have a lot of clothes, so it was vitamins, lotion, body cream for bodies, for
That's
shampoos,
nice.
and mask for hair.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that.
Beauty products.
Yes.
Wonderful. Make yourself even more beautiful, Ksenia.
Yes.
I always like those kind of gifts because you can never have too many of them, really. You just use them up and get some more. So it's great.
Dates really from time to time. And I went home right now.
You just got home.
Yeah, sorry, I always make the same mistake. I just got home right now, in time or on time.
Wonderful. Well, it's great
On
to have
time
you, Anna.
or on time or in time to
In
attend your
time.
class.
In time.
In time. In time to attend your class.
Yeah.
Thank God.
We wouldn't have minded if you'd been a few minutes late, Anna. But anyway, it's great to see you, and I'm glad that that day, which sounds like it may have been slightly boring, is over for you. Hopefully tomorrow will be an improvement. Okay, so we're up to Jean. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
doing? I'm pretty good, and you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. It wasn't boring, Anna. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. What have you been up to this week, Jean?
Work. I
Work.
think just working.
I love the way you think about it for so long and then you say work.
Yeah.
You're just checking in to see if you've done anything else apart from work, and then you realize no, it's just work.
Yeah, work, studying English, and working out in the mornings. But I'm preparing for the holiday.
Wow, that's great. When's your holiday?
The Thanksgiving holiday is
Oh, okay.
next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to travel to Iceland. I'm pretty excited about that.
Ooh. This is going to be a reading class, and today we're going to be reading about a guy who got lost at sea for ages. I don't know whether any of you have seen oh, I've forgotten the name of the movie. It's just slipped out of my head. There's a movie about a guy who gets lost at sea after the boat gets shipwrecked and he has animals with him. I can't remember. One of you guys will have to tell me when you think of it. But this is a true story, so kind of interesting. We're going to be practicing our reading, pronunciation, learning some vocabulary, and basically talking about this kind of crazy story. So if you'd like to join us, I believe this class is full, but you are very welcome to join us by watching along. So if you have booked a slot, come along in now. And while we're waiting for everybody, just to let you know that if you're new to Verbling or you haven't been here for so long and you don't exactly know how it all works yet, if you're wondering about how to find out more about the teachers, then you can head over to the teacher page. Just click on them from the home page, or you can access mine using the link there, and you can find out all about them. You can watch some videos, get to know their personality a little bit, and you can also see their schedule. So if you're interested in a private tutoring session, which is not what we're doing now, this is a class. A private tutoring session is a one-on-one session. We also do now tandem sessions where you can go into a class with just one other student plus the teacher, and it works out really well price-wise, so it's a little bit cheaper. And you also have someone else to talk to, so it's a great new feature. Don't miss out. So I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to check out the teacher pages if you want to